So, to not make this go any longer, John Lynn.
Congratulations on the re-election. It was live. It wasn't rigged. It wasn't stolen. So, recount. That's right. We are in beautiful Florida. Everyone give Governor DeSantis a round of applause. And tonight we gave out some worksheets, as you guys, as Thomas introduced. I've written 20 books. I've averaged a book per year for 20 years. And I love to teach. I'm a teacher. So I gave you guys a worksheet tonight, and it says the top 7 conservative, I would say conservative values we must stand strong for and relentlessly defend. Everyone say defend.
Defend.
You see, when you're in a war, you have to defend against the enemy. We are in a war. There is no Democratic Party left. It's communists. They're out to kill, steal, and destroy our country. And we have to stand strong. How many of you have grandkids in this room? Raise your hand high. How many of you would fight to the nth degree? You become a 7th degree black belt for your grandkid, correct? That's how you have to fight every day with your words, your actions, your associations, who you're around, how you speak about this country and this government. Because right now there's an active war. So we have to defend to keep America great and safe. Everyone say safe. Safe from the deadly effects of communism. My dad, I'm actually streaming right now on Facebook, world famous Zuckerberg. I'm one of the most banned voices out there. I have 125,000 followers on Facebook, and like 3 people on it. The video will last like an hour. Once we're done, we pull it off, put it onto other platforms. But my dad is 92, and he's listening. And he actually called Pfizer, and I obviously have a New York accent because I'm born and raised in New York. And my dad called Pfizer and said, "Hey, what's in this crap?" He's 92, prescription-free and healthy. My mom's 90. We were down there last night. My mother loves eating potato chips. They're married 71 years. They got married on the off. So, no result. So I come from a very strong family of integrity, honor, doing the right thing, and standing strong. If someone's unlawful, if someone's a criminal, you call them a criminal. Joe Biden and the radical left stole the election in 2020. It was stolen. And I was telling Laura and her husband earlier, you know, I predicted the China virus. Because when you look at Hong Kong, right in early 2020, when Hong Kong, they had Trump 2020 flags in Hong Kong. China's not going to let that happen. I said to my wife, I said, within a week or two, they're going to do something to shut down. Remember the Hong Kong protests? Within 9 days, the Wuhan lab left out the Fauci virus. And they shut down Hong Kong. Fauci virus. If Fauci is the most annoying, short, gnome Italian you'll ever meet. He's a garden gnome. If you have a dog, let him urinate on him. Okay? Can I say that up here? Is that okay in this country club? Is that right? So it's so important. You have to speak the truth. Fauci's a criminal, liar, thief. You don't care. He will murder you for money. He's a criminal. He's not respect to have his DR. He's not a doctor. He's a criminal. Now, we were on YouTube. I had 5,400 videos on YouTube, 2 million subscribers. We've been running a media company for many, many years. And they shut us down. They removed all 5,400 videos because they said, you can't call Biden a criminal. I said, I won't call him the president. He doesn't even know where he's at. So I said, I'm not going to call him the president. He didn't win. And I'm not going to call, and I'm not going to call illegal aliens undocumented immigrants. Because my family came from Italy in 1913, 9 of them, with $160 in their pocket. It's my family, my dad's mom and dad. And this is their legal immigration papers. In 1913, through Ellis Island in New York, and my wife did a great job. This is their actual papers. 1913, this is my Nana, Caroline Baldessari, Italy South, 9 years of age, female, marital status. She was single, and she's a female. She's a female. What's the confusion? She's a female. And ship of travel, oceanic. They came to America 2 weeks on a boat, focused to America for the land of opportunity, not the land of mass, not the land of mandates, not the land of Fauci, the land of opportunity. 2 weeks on a boat. 25 hours in a pocket, landed in New York in 1913. 9 of them. They ended up living on 116th Street in West Harlem to build the opportunity for their grandchildren. I was the first one to get a college degree in my family. And my grandfather took a bullet for his family. Right now, a lot of my, as they say, a lot of my enthusiasm comes from the mentorship of my grandfather and my dad. And I'm telling all of you, the number one traditional value, as you see on your worksheet here tonight, is the U.S. Constitution. You have to remember the Constitution is everything. Is everything. So when people start to say stuff, make sure you have a Constitution with you and say, you know what? I'm going to stand on the Constitution. They came to America. They didn't go to the UK. They didn't go to Germany. They came from Europe to America. That's why, as many of you know, I love I'll say my 2 Italian jokes. You know why there's a lot of Italians named Tony? Oh my, you stole it. Because on the forehead they were focused and it said, to New York. So they were going, but let me see if you got it, Michael. How come there's no Jehovah's Witnesses in Sicily? That's a good one. Because Sicily, they don't want any witnesses. All right, it's a good one. I can say that. I know that's a racist Italian statement, but I'm a racist. I'm a white supremacist racist. I get it. How stupid is that statement, right? How dumb is that to call people, especially from New York, a racist? Like my wife says, everyone thinks I'm Hispanic when they see me anyway. I say, don't get me ranting. I rant on my own very quickly. Value number 2 here in America that we have to stand for is legal immigration. You know, tonight when I got the call from, when we got the email from Lamar to come up and speak tonight, and we're actually doing a huge event this Friday and Saturday in Naples, at Naples Hilton. I have Pastor Greg Locke coming in. I have the former director of ICE, Tom Homan. I have 23 speakers speaking. Dr. Betsy speaking. Karen Kingston, the Pfizer whistleblower biotech analyst. And so when we're speaking about the values, I said to myself, what can I speak about on the third day of the year 2022? And I made a decision to lay out 7 values we have to speak strong about. And there's a tsunami of illegal aliens. And I actually texted one of my best friends, her name is Sabine. She's an angel mom. Her son was brutally killed by an illegal alien. And she actually spoke at the 2016 RNC convention. President Trump brought her out to speak, and she's probably watching tonight. I just texted her. And it is so important for all of you that the number one problem we have in America right now, look, stay out of the hospitals. You want to know the secret of how to be healthy? Don't wash your hands and kiss everybody. You build a huge immune system. You know what that is? That's being Italian. But I'm just kidding. Wash your hands maybe once a day. But just stay out of the hospitals. Because the China virus is a joke. We do realize that. That's why when I first met Dr. Betsy, she never put in a death certificate COVID, because it's a joke. The CDC kills people. One of my best friends got murdered by the CDC. He exposed 3 people in South Carolina for voter fraud. And he was dead 2 weeks later. I was trending on GOP COVID update on Twitter. Yeah, he exposed 3 people for voter fraud in South Carolina. 2 weeks later, he was dead. He died August 18th this past year. One of my best friends, Presley Stutz, and one of my best friends, I met him 2.5 years ago at an event. We actually met President Trump together at a grant. It wasn't a fundraiser, it wasn't a $35,000 picture. It was actually, we actually met, spent some time with him. But long story short, we're in an active war. They had me trending on GOP COVID update. Meaning there's a Twitter channel, a Twitter feed called GOP COVID update. It's the people that are building America they want dead by COVID. They want to give you the Herman Cain Award. Which now, you know what, it's disgusting. You know what it does for me? Is you fight like you've never fought before. You fight, not physically, but you fight with your words, you fight with your associations, you fight with your truth. You rip your mask off and you speak the truth because we have the Constitution. And the biggest problem we have in America right now is illegal aliens. So second value number 1 is legal immigration. We have to make sure, guys, the tsunami of illegal aliens. Don't hire businesses and ask them, say, excuse me, are those employees legal? start to step up. That's the biggest problem right now in America, is a tsunami of illegal aliens. I mentioned Sabine because her son was brutally murdered by an illegal alien. So we have to make sure we conserve and protect legal, everyone say it, legal immigration.
Legal immigration.
Legal immigration. We have someone actually opening up my event who's a legal immigrant from Italy, who's an opera singer. If he sang in here tonight, the chandeliers would break. Well, they don't like chandeliers, but you know, he sings, but his love for America is so strong. We in a different state every week for like 10 weeks. We've never changed our lifestyle. I barely wear the face diaper when we fly. I have a video that went viral, by the way. When the secret is you put the mask on, let it hang from your ear, like Dopey does. But how about him now, huh? How about? Guys, I mean, he's pooping in his pants overseas, right? I mean, is he nuts? The guy's out of his mind. You do realize he's going to be one day sitting there like that. I've been saying this from day one. I said it from November 3rd. He's going to be like this.
He's already done that.
And he's going to say, Jill, I can't do this no more. Do we get the money yet? Because, you know, when he fell down the stairs at U.S. walking up Air Force One, that was God saying, Joey boy, I'm warning you, buddy. Those of you of the Jewish descent that know Moses and Pharaoh, correct? If they were Christian values, that was the Moses-Pharaoh moment. Remember when Moses said to Pharaoh, look, I'm warning you, man. My God will kill you. And guess what happened? He killed him. This is a very serious state we're in America. So second value is legal immigration. Conserve that value. The reason why we're banned on YouTube is because I will not use the word undocumented immigrant. They are an illegal alien. We have to conserve that value and protect that. Number 3 value that I want to discuss tonight is pro-life. We as conservatives have to be massively pro-life. And just for all the trolls that I say all the time, I actually wrote a book 16 years ago titled Champions are Born, Losers are Made. And this book opens up saying every single person is born a champion. There's a sperm that's from a guy, and there's an egg that's from a woman. Bam! And you're a baby. That's science class. Anybody agree on that? That's it. So I wrote this book saying everyone's born a champion. And if you have any family problems, thank your family, thank you for your sperm, thank you for the egg. I'm on Earth, game on. That's it, right? Isn't it that easy? But we have to be pro-life. We have to realize that we have to protect the newborn. One of my great friends, and she's going to be speaking this weekend at the event, Martha Avila. She actually runs Heartbeat of Miami. She runs 4 pregnancy care clinic centers in Miami. And President Trump brought her out to the White House. Before I bring her up on stage this weekend, I will show a video of President Trump bringing her out during Hispanic Heritage Month. And she got a calling about 14 years ago. And we actually may have a surprise this weekend too. We may have the first baby she saved there alive. She's now 14, the young lady. I met her. And she saved 60,000 babies, Martha, from abortion. She was just on our show last week. That video had 1.2 million views on YouTube, and they pulled it off. Because they said they have to get pro-choice. Communists don't get pro-choice. They want to kill people. So we as conservatives, be very vocal as you were applauding about being pro-life. No matter where you go, say, a baby is a baby. Be pro-life. Say, I am pro-life. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in legal immigration. We start conserving these values, and that's how we can start. That's how they can't start playing with you. Because America was built upon the freedom to be the best you can be. And that's why you have to realize they're after the Constitution, they're after legal immigration, and they're after pro-life. Because Martha was the first person I called on Wednesday, November 4th, after the election was stolen. Because the first thing that the communists did was they put all the money back into Planned Parenthood. You do realize that, right? They're murderers. So we have to make sure that we conserve that. And whatever you can do, when I conclude this evening, I will tell all of you to take one of these values and say, what can I do as we the people? What can I do independently to take a stand for pro-life, educating people more in the Constitution, standing stronger for legal immigration, exposing illegal aliens locally, exposing companies that hire them, report them. Don't let them do work like a home and do business. That's how we destroy the local economy. And then the next conservative value that we want to cover is so important, is respect law enforcement. Respect law enforcement. And actually what I'm sharing from tonight, you guys can pick this up at the end. We actually have this as a gift for you. It's a little report I wrote. It's a 4-page report that we published. It talks about the top 17 values, and I'm pulling 7 of them from the report. And this report is what it means to be a true conservative, patriot, willing to take a stand by faith and fight back against the radicals for the future of America. And you guys can get this tonight. My wife Christy right there with the Christy here right there. My wife's awesome. She's got 4 degrees in thermostat. She's a lawyer. She has a law degree from Nova Southeastern University. She's got her master's in psychology. She's a psychologist, right, Christy?
Counseling.
That's where you met me. Counseling. I'm just kidding. And she actually met me in the gym. We met 21 years ago. And she's also a very strong proponent of the Second Amendment. So now, since we have a lot of ladies in the house, and we talk about respect law enforcement, the next value is Second Amendment. And I got to do my question. Now, Michael, you're from New York, so you're probably agree with me on this. What do you call a lady's handbag? A pocketbook or a handbag?
A purse. Purse.
You think I got more about that.
It's a purse.
Because pocketbook, right? We call it a pocketbook.
We call it purse.
And that's purse. But pocket, we call it pocketbook in New York. Everything is pocketbook piece, right? So
That's right.
my wife, in her pocketbook, has a Glock. Right? It's a Glock book, that's correct. And she's very good at that. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe we all should carry and protect ourselves against bad people. And in the Constitution, the smallest amendment is the Second Amendment. A duly regulated militia has a right to bear arms. You know who the militia is? We the people. I have to tell you, it's the only part of the Constitution that they have not destroyed. Freedom to assembly. Keep the abortion clinics open and close the churches. If they screw that up. And the churches, those churches that cower down and shut down, you preach on faith and wear a mask and wear a cross. Who's the devil? Let that sink in, right? How many of you know Pastor Greg Locke? Pastor Greg Locke's a great friend of mine. He'll be speaking this Saturday. He's one of the most sought after speakers. That's why we have the sheriffs at our event. We have uniformed officers outside our event. We have uniformed officers inside my event. We have private security because we bring in people that will bring the truth out. I'm telling you right now, the Second Amendment. Be careful of anybody who also goes with the red flag laws in Florida. Okay? Watch your candidates. The ones that say red flag laws, that's the beginning of the blurring of the Second Amendment.
Thank you.
Okay? This is a very strong statement. Oh, Rubio is another whole conversation in and of itself. So be very careful. The Second Amendment is something they're going to go after stronger than ever here, especially in Florida, but in America. So that's a value we have to conserve, is the Second Amendment. And we have to, obviously, above that, we talk about law enforcement. And something that we always do, no matter what, this is just my Italian heritage, every time we see cops, we started a program many years ago called See a Cop, Feed a Cop. It's my Italian thing from New York, what does that mean? I suggest all of you pay for a cop's meal, give them some food, give them a cup of coffee, give them some food, love on them. Those of you that believe in prayer, walk up to them and say, hey, can I say a quick prayer for you? They just pray for cops all the time. Pray for you, man. Say a quick prayer. We live next to a cop. Our neighbor's a cop. He's awesome. He's a cop. He runs daddy daycare center too. So 15 kids in the neighborhood. Because one difficult to deal with this than I do in the inner city. But love law enforcement. Respect law enforcement and respect the Second Amendment. And those of you that do carry, it's okay to let people know you carry. Because guess what? They're after conservatives. They're after conservatives. So important. And then the next value right here is stand for the flag. Always stand for the flag. There's going to be a woman that's going to be at my event coming this weekend. She actually saw me speak 20 years ago at an event. And she remembers I stopped the person because they began the event without standing for the flag and pledge. We've always done Pledge of Allegiance. You always want to stand for the flag. My grandfather came from Italy, my whole family. Every event we did, every meal we had, we always had a flag. I have a full veteran family. You always stand for the flag. And we were in an event, I was one of the speakers. It was like 15 speakers, I was one of them. It was a rather large event, there was about 500 people. And all of a sudden, everyone stood for the flag, and this guy goes like this, he makes a scene, he goes like this, he did the Hitler sign, and then took a knee. I said, no, it's not going to happen with me. It's not going to happen. See, I'm not paid off, I'm not Fox, I'm not paid off by the media. I'm not Newsmax. It's very important, as I'm going to wrap up here in a few minutes, is this year be very careful who you listen to, because the sponsors and supporters, the reason why Dr. Betsy's not paid off by the medical world.
That's right.
I met Dr. Betsy, someone who works with me for many, many years. I brought her down from Canada. He sponsored me. Now lives in Florida. I've been employed of mine for 4 years. He got really sick. He needed some HCQ. Someone said, I can get a doctor who can write the script. I got on the phone with Dr. Betsy. Her life's never been the same. Because she actually got the script, got it done, did the right thing. And I said, then I'm talking to one, and I said, stop talking, hit record, put her on my first show, been on my show 10 times, published numerous articles now. She's speaking this week in our event. You guys got to realize you have to stand strong in this country and stand for your values. When you're all alone in Publix, or you're all alone in the dry cleaner, this happened to me today, just in the dry cleaner. I walk in, there's 3 guys wearing a mask. I walk in, the guy goes, you don't have a mask on. I said, I know I don't. Why would I wear a face diaper over my face?
Yeah.
And I smile back. He looks at me, and he goes, and he's got the blue one, and the worst thing ever, and he says, all 3 guys said, I don't care. And I carry the Constitution with me. Now, I don't have it in my jacket here tonight, but I take it out. I said, show me the Constitution where it says to wear a mask.
Thank you.
See, wherever you are, there's one thing I want to do tonight, is inspire you. We were talking about this over dinner, Lamar, and your husband. It's not, no politician is going to save this country right now. We have to make sure we vet all politicians. Re-elect DeSantis, obviously. But we, the people, have to make a decision. To no matter where you go, do something different. Make sure people know you're a conservative. You stand for certain values. And just to wrap it up real quick here, too. I want some of you guys, and I just grabbed this from my office real quick. Make sure you have pictures of what inspires you. Like, this is a picture of my parents. This is Memorial Day with my mom and dad with the USA hat on. They're all fired up. Because I said earlier, obviously all of you stand for your family. And then for everyone that always says, well, don't let me just got, because there's been a lot of people who came on just the MAGA train and Trump train, and they became these influencers, wrote these books and all this kind of stuff. My wife and I will be married, what, 17 years this April?
A long time.
17 years. And this is actually the cake that she actually made for me. It's the groom's cake. It's not the official wedding cake. And on it, you can see our corporate logo is the American eagle and American flag. I've always loved this country. And I say this for all, every time I have an opportunity to speak, I want all you, do not be afraid of speaking your conservative values and standing for what you believe in. Because this is how we got in this situation. I always talk about socialism is the snake, communism is the bite. They got in, now we got to kill them. Not physically, but with their words, we the people, and act, and do the right thing. We the people, all the way. We the people. And then, real quick too, you guys will see, then the final value is so important. Is support capitalism and free enterprise. I will not go to a business that has people wearing masks. I know some of the services you guys have to because it's a country club mandatory. But local small mom and pop businesses, if I walk in and they count, I used to go to a pizzeria called City Pizza in West Palm Beach, Florida. My wife, I'm 56, I just turned 56. When we celebrated my 50th year birthday, my wife had a surprise birthday party there. And we had boatload of people there. We used to go there all the time. We went there a week before Christmas. We walked in, and I walk in, and I was, so what are you doing with a mask on? She goes, well, the owner said we have to wear a mask now. I said, you're in West Palm Beach, Florida. You're in Florida. It's 81 degrees outside. What are you wearing? Well, some of the customers complained. I said, so 3% complained. I said, and I looked around. You know what? I said, I'm never coming back here again.
Plus, they were out of pizza.
They were out of pizza. They were out of pizza.
Nice pizza party.
But they wore a mask. And I did a whole video, and I said, I'm not going to support companies that cower to liberal people. My family came from England. Most of you, if you look at your heritage, most of you came from Europe. To America for what? For free and final point for tonight, did not conclude. I want to read from a paragraph in my book, and we'll be done. All right. It's very difficult for Italians. Mike, you realize that, right? I travel with one of the countryman mics in my ear. So right here it says, America was built to capitalism. Our founding fathers believed in economic liberty and individual freedom, both of which are deeply woven into the fabric of our nation. It will take more than a group of liberal, socialist, communists to destroy the foundation that our country was founded upon. We must fight to preserve and conserve our history and protect the freedoms bestowed to us by the U.S. Constitution. We started off with the Constitution, and we conclude with the Constitution. Our Constitution is what we stand for. And don't cower down. And I tell people, and then I'll conclude. You will see in the bottom of our worksheet, you guys can see, well, John, how can I follow you? You can follow us on Telegram, Rumble, and CloudHub. And our email, we also, my wife and Beth, for those of you that like to opt in, we have 22 of the greatest contributors. We had an article, we just wrote about Fauci, we got 78,000 shares on CloudHub. Facebook, of course, deletes it. So make sure you guys stay in contact, follow us. And I always tell people, go, John, well, you were banned on YouTube, and you're banned on Google, banned on Eventbrite, banned on LinkedIn, because you take a stand. And we're shadow banned on Instagram, Twitter. Our email list is huge. People love our emails, they love our articles. I tell all of you. When you receive an email from us, take an article and send it to 5 or 10 people. Say with me, I am the media. Everybody in this room, you are the media. You have to understand that. Print an article out. Give it to the dry cleaner. Give it to the young lady at Publix who's checking out, who has a shield on, 7 masks, has no idea what she's talking about. Educate her. You don't understand how much of a difference you can make, because big problem, big opportunity. This year of 2022 is going to be the greatest year in America's history, because we the people are getting to put it big time. We the people. And then out of a problem comes an opportunity. We got banned off YouTube. We can't run a Google ad ever again on our website. We have one of the most visited websites on the internet today. This site you can track traffic. We have one of the most visited sites. We can't run a Google ad ever on our website, which means you can't earn income. In 72 hours, they shut our business down. Through that, I'm a man of prayer, and I said, God, I asked him violently, give me something, I'm not backing down. He gave me this vision of conservativemarketplace.com. And Jeff Bezos and your buddy Zuckerberg, game on, boys. Your biggest enemy is conservativemarketplace.com. We have 39 vendors now on there. It's the word conservativemarketplace.com. It's tremendous. We have my tie is on there. We have a We the People pin. I can say it since Clubhouse. I can tell with the crowd here. Our #1 seller of our hats is We the People are Pissed. That's and it's funny because we're in a country club and a woman bought one in the early 80s, right? She bought one and she wore it at a golf tournament, and she was wearing a pink one. And a bunch of young golfers came out, took a picture of her, and she goes, they were such nice gentlemen. She ordered 24 of them, right? And she took a picture of her next to 24 young guys. She goes, I got 24 young good looking guys next to where We the People are Pissed hats. There's more of us than them in America, I can tell you. And then you can't make this up. Let's go Brandon. Yeah. I mean, you can't make it up. So conservativemarketplace.com. We appreciate you guys. Take a look at that. Patronize it there. They're all business owners, they're all conservatives. We have what 38 vendors now, Christy?
Something like that. More every day.
We have more every day. It's so awesome. So big problem, big opportunity. Don't let them change your values. Don't back down. With that said, guys, God bless you. And I have my books and all my good stuff here tonight. Good talk.